All right, let's keep going. So I'm really excited about this conversation. Aside from being an issue that's very close to my heart, I know that it's really an example of how you can make transformative change. And so just to tell you all a little bit about Women in Science, founded in 2015, Women in Science, or WISI for those in the know, is a public-private partnership that hosts intensive summer camps to convene secondary school students from both the United States as well as around the world to explore science, technology, engineering, arts and design, and mathematics, or STEAM. And it's a partnership that's really focused on capacity building, supporting career possibilities, building leadership skills, and mentoring and cross-cultural awareness. And so that's a little bit about the program that we're going to talk about. And Melissa, I'd love to start with you. You are the CEO of Girl Up, and you have been working on WISI for some time. It's reached its 10th anniversary, which is amazing when you think about long-term impact and continuing something to grow something that's really promising. Over 1,300 girls from 37 countries have participated. And so what metrics or indicators do you use to measure the impact of WISI on participants?
Yeah, thanks so much for that question. It's very exciting that it's been 10 years. This public-private partnership has got some legs, which we're super proud of. One of the things that we really look at is really what is that interest level in pursuing STEM subjects in college and in university settings, and then also what about STEM interest for career aspirations, because one of the big purposes of this WISI program is to get more women into STEM fields, right? And so a lot of our Girl Up leaders come into these camps and they may not have decided that they want to pursue STEM. They might just be kind of curious, or it sounds really cool to maybe go to India and do this cross-cultural exchange, and they're not sure about STEM. And so this experience does, one of the metrics that we do really look at is, does that actually become a driver for staying in those subjects, diving a little bit deeper to see if this is a career that would be of interest. And so even just having this incredible cross-cultural exchange can be a driver of that. Then we also do track. Okay, you've experienced this week-long camp. How do you feel now? What classes, are you excited to pursue? Did this change your perspective of maybe being interested in a career? And then we keep in touch with our alums and we see where they go and what do they study and where do they go with their careers. So we can actually really track even those 1,300 participants. Did we inspire more of them to pursue careers in STEM? The other metric is just that they bring back what they share to their communities, and they bring back the activities, the robotics activities, or the different things that they learned. They bring that back to their schools, to their communities, to their Girl Up clubs, and can also then be that catalyst for inspiration.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's amazing. And Damilola, I'm so excited to have you here with us because you are an alum of the program. And so tell us about your experience in the WISI program and what you learned from the mentorship and leadership training that you received.
Okay, good morning. Thank you all for having me. To answer your question, my experience at WISI program this summer was really eye-opening, and it introduced me to new perspectives. So while residing at the Rajagiri School of Business in Kochi, India, I experienced a learning environment that went beyond just learning science. The program brought together 100 girls from 5 different countries where we experienced an environment where we could learn and grow together. So the mentorship and the leadership I received, they encouraged me to create my own personal brand. Whatever field of study I might choose, it's important that I present myself effectively. Aside from the academic benefits, I want to say that WISI really challenged me in a way I didn't expect. Being in a room with unfamiliar faces, it encouraged me to step out of my comfort zone and to form these new connections. So I want to say that I'm more confident, I'm more adaptable, because in those unfamiliar settings, I was able to form new friendships. I was able to connect with people and adapt to the new environment. So WISI really inspired me and showed me what's possible when young women are provided support and resources to pursue what we're passionate about.
That's amazing, and it's so heartwarming to hear you talk with such confidence and also fondness about your experience. And I know those are things you'll carry forward, not just in your career, but throughout your life. Melissa, to come back to you for a second, can you elaborate a little bit on the role that public-private partnerships, and particular with the U.S. State Department, as well as corporate partners have played in terms of the success, but also the scalability over the last 10 years of the YSI program?
Yeah. We could not do YSI by ourselves. It wouldn't have the same impact and the same reach. And so I think, being able to partner with the State Department, we get access to all of these embassies and get to have camps in India and Mexico and Sub-Saharan Africa and Georgia and Kosovo, all these places that we've been through that State Department partnership. But what is so important is that our corporate partners not only help provide resources so that the camp is free to any of our attendees, but also they provide those mentors. So women who are doing these jobs and men show up and teach the workshops. And so it's this incredible employee engagement, but it also shows our participants, particularly the female employees that come, like, this is a job you can do. Here is a mentor standing in front of you. Here's a role model. And we know that role modeling is so important for increasing women in STEM. So being able to have those three components, we know how to train our young leaders, we know how to support them in the experience, but having that diplomacy connection and then also having those real experts in the field is what makes it a transformational experience that will impact these participants their whole lives.
Well, and actually that point about meeting and getting to know some role models is a perfect segue, Damilola, to what was going to be my next question for you, which is, as you look to your future career and your goals, and as you're finishing up high school, how has this program and this experience this past summer maybe either inspired you or, reaffirmed to you what you might want to do in the future?
Okay. I want to say the YSI program this summer, it has shaped my future career goals. So before coming to YSI, before attending the program, I was unsure about what field of study I wanted to pursue when I go to college. I had many different interests, but I wasn't too sure, what field. So when I attended YSI, I experienced leadership sessions. I participated in an innovation project with my fellow campers. I attended panels featuring women in STEAM fields. And these experiences encouraged me to consider how science, technology, engineering, and mathematics can create a difference globally. So I now understand that I want to pursue a career in accounting. I want to mix my love and my passion for mathematics and business and possibly leadership. So I want to say, as I apply to colleges this fall, I feel more confident, a little bit more focused, thanks to YSI.
That's wonderful. Well, for anyone in the audience, if you're looking for a future intern or future member of your talent force, I think you have a great candidate here.
Thank you.
We're almost out of time, Melissa, and I want to turn to you with one last question, which is, we've talked about the 10-year anniversary, and hopefully this program flourishes and continues to grow for many years and decades to come. But give us a sneak peek in terms of what's planned in 2025 and how you're planning to build on the successes that you've had.
Yeah. Well, we definitely plan to do a camp in 2025, so that's exciting. And our first year of YSI back in 2015 was actually in Rwanda. And so we're also excited to most likely be returning to Sub-Saharan Africa. It's been a few years. But we're also really looking at how can we make stronger connections amongst our YSI alumni. So actually, Damilola and I were just talking about that. She's like, are there other YSI alums that might be at my college? And so how can we take that 1,300 who've had this really unique experience and just really strengthen their connections to each other so that they can become role models and a network of support for each other, having this really unique experience.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, please join me in giving Melissa and Damilola a round of applause. And I wish you the best for your future as you take on